Okay guys, today I'm going to show you 3 ways to tie your fishing line to the spool of your fishing reel. But before we start, I'm going to show you a little trick here, which comes in very handy. You know, this surface here is often very slippery. So when you tie your fishing line to your spool and you spool on a lot of line, if this surface starts slipping against your fishing line, then everything, the whole package of the line will start rotating as you reel in the line on your reel. So that's why you have to find a good way to create friction between your fishing line and the spool of your fishing reel. One way to do this is to use a rubber band. So you can take any type of rubber band for this, but preferably you want to have one which is small enough to just fit around the reel like this. So when you stretch it and you get it onto your spool, then it becomes very, very thin and it doesn't make or build up a lot of space here. And if I stretch this one, it's actually less than 0.5 millimeter that comes in here. This piece of rubber will create friction between your fishing line and your spool. Now this one, as you see, if I twist this one over a couple of times and I leave it on here, it becomes bulky and I'm going to lose a lot of space for my line. So I can't use this one, this is too big. But you don't need one of these thick ones. You can actually settle with one of these small rubber bands. It's enough. And this one I can turn around and twist it a couple of times and then get it onto the spool. And in this case, it actually becomes okay, all right, okay. I can distribute this little piece of rubber band here evenly over the surface. And now I have friction against the spool for my fishing line. Having said this, we're going to show you the 3 ways to tie your fishing line to the spool of your fishing reel. The first one is, most common one, is the arbor knot. You twist your line over, you make a simple overhand loop like this, you tighten it down as much as you can so that it becomes a little knot on the line. Here you cut off the excess amount of line so the tag end doesn't become too large. Then all you need to do is to take the spool, run the line over the rubber band, twist it around and make another overhand loop around the main line going to your reel. So at this point we just need to make sure that the tag end of the line goes in the overhand loop like this and out on the same side as the main line. And here you can see the 2 overhand loops. One is tightened down as a knot and one becomes a new knot here. Now all I need to do here is to tighten up this one and I can take off the line from the spool, make a double loop and then attach it to the spool again. Now I can tighten down the line, but you see I put it in the wrong direction. The main line is running counterclockwise. It should be running clockwise so that it self-locks. I do like this, I turn it around and here we go. Now you can see how the line tightens against the spool and I can pull as much as I want here and it doesn't move. We have the friction we are looking for between the spool and the line. Here you just take your reel, you open your clasp, you put it on like this, close the clasp and then you can spool on your line. And as you see here now, when I spool on the line to my reel, the line will go in this direction, clockwise. So the more line you pull on here, the more support you will have for your line. And as you can see now, I have good friction between the line and the spool. And if I pull, the line stays in its position on the spool. And now I pull as much as I can. If I wouldn't have the friction here now, then this whole system would start rotating on top of the spool, making the drag of my reel useless. But now we have a firm attachment. The second knot to attach your fishing line to your fishing spool is that you run the line around the spool in this way 1, 2 times. Then you hold your tag end parallel with the main line and you make a loop around the main line as I show you here, and then you rotate, you twist your tag end around itself 1, 2 and 3 times. Then you take the tag end of your line and you stick it out so that it runs out the same way as when I did the arbor knot, parallel with the main line, as you can see over here. See, it comes out parallel, and I can fasten tag end around the main line in the same fashion as before, and we have again now a firm grip between the spool and your fishing line. And as you see, in the same way as before, I can test now how well the line is sitting on the spool. And I have the brake adjusted to the maximum, and then I pull. And you can see there's no slippage between the spool and the line. So the third knot we can use for this purpose is the uni knot. The uni knot, everybody should know about the uni knot. If you go fishing, you will find that it's a very useful knot. 1, 2 times around the spool. Run the line around the tag end of the line, around the main line, and then we go back here and we form a loop around the main line in this way, but parallel with the main line. And you can see here I'm holding the loop, the tag end line parallel with the main line. And once you have this arrangement of the lines, then it's just to run the tag end once, twice and 3 times through your loop. And this is the part that is referred to as the uni knot. Now you can tighten down as I did there. Cut off the tag end, and then we can tighten down line same way as I did in the other 2 cases. And you can see here how for the 3rd time in a row I'm showing that the rubber band makes it impossible for the line to slip on the spool. Now we use the uni knot to fasten the line to the spool, and we have the clasp open, put the spool onto the reel, we fold over the clasp and we reel on the line to the spool. And it's impossible to pull out the line with this rubber band slippage prevention trick. Cheers guys!